Religions. There are religions all over the world, some with different and some with similar teachings. The distribution of these religions is interesting though. Many people believe the highest concentration of Christians are in North America, and the highest concentration of Muslims are in the Middle East. But these are actually wrong. Now, it's mostly because of how the media portrays them. For example, we have the Bible Belt here in the United States with, Alabama and Mississippi beating on their Bibles, preaching. And to the U.S. and other parts of the world, the Middle East is, connected with Islam, mostly in a bad way though, because of terrorism and whatnot. Now, where the actual epicenters of these religions are is for Christianity in Europe is where the most Christians are, and then South America is where the second most Christians are. As for Islam, the largest concentration is in Southeast Asia. Now, what determines where they are? How do they come to be spread where they're at? With large concentrations in some areas and in others having nearly no trace of the same religion. The most popular religion in the world in the United States is Christianity in its different forms, and a close second is Islam, which is actually the fastest growing religion in the world. To get to how they spread, we have to go back in time. Now, obviously with Christianity, it started with Jesus Christ and the apostles in the beginning. But for other major events later on in history, which I feel are more important, I'll start with the Roman Empire. They persecuted Christians and forced them into the catacombs under the city. And still, the religion thrived. There were more people becoming Christians every day, which is odd. I still do not know exactly why, but persecution evidently led to more people becoming Christians. Next would be the Crusades throughout Europe, which started in about 1000 AD and ended around 1300 AD. They started because Pope Urban II declared that Christians need to have access to the Holy Land again. So he decided to go and take parts of Europe and Middle East that led to Jerusalem from the Islamic leaders of those nations, and decided that the Christians now need Jerusalem as the Holy Land. Now, the last thing would be how Christianity got to America. It reached our nation because of the difference between the Catholics and the Protestants in England. Now, the Pilgrims decided to come to Plymouth Rock and make a settlement, and this settlement eventually grew into our great nation today. And because of that religious background, we are a highly Christian nation. Not completely, there are still other religions here, but we do have a large number of Christians in the nation. Now, once it's here to the U.S., how is it spread further? Well, as far as I know, it's continued to grow through mission work. It's explained to me by my former pastor, Jeremy Case, that the industrialized world is the global north, such as the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, and even other European nations usually. And then there is the global south world, which are the lesser industrialized or completely unindustrialized nations, which mostly lie within Africa and parts of South America, and then also a big one is the subcontinent India, because they're a very impoverished nation. Now, the global north brings supplies to the global south, which is good. It helps them make buildings, sometimes helps purify water, just give them an overall better quality of life for a short amount of time. But the big thing that they bring is their message, and their message is of hope. It doesn't matter what religion it is, they all have hope in them. And I believe this is the key to the spread of religion today. Hope has been hailed by thinkers of every age, from Aristotle to Marcel. It has been endorsed by the spiritually minded as well as the most atheistic philosophers and scientists. Practitioners of every healing art have prescribed hope. It's one of the biggest factors in driving a person to greatness. Hope is used in many ways, such as 12-step programs, or any program dealing with addiction. Within the program, they must admit that there is a higher power that they have no control over, in hopes that it will better their current situation and help them get over their addiction. The same could be said for in medical studies where there's a placebo effect. The placebo effect is when you are given a pill and it's a sugar pill, and nothing actually happens in your body. But since you believe that this is helping you, you actually physically feel better. So it's the hope that this drug will make you feel better that actually makes you feel better. If you have the mindset of this will work, it has to work, it might actually work. The same goes for religious messages. These people in these impoverished nations of the global south have nothing to begin with, and they have been given an opportunity to better their lives by simply believing in a god or deity. And when this hope works, because when you spread this message to hundreds or thousands of people, it's bound, one of them is bound to become better in the future. And so they may be from a completely unrelated circumstance, but they could always relate it back to religion. And so once that one person tells another person, they get hope. And that person tells another person. And it keeps spreading and spreading until we have nations that are considered Christian nations, or even just large populations of people that are considered, Christians or Muslims or any of that. What I'm getting at is hope is one of the most powerful emotions, along with love and faith, and it can drive people to accomplish great things. Hope can drive billions of people to follow the same path. That's how powerful hope is.